In this particular video, we're going to be looking at Clause 9, which is performance evaluation. Here is where we are evaluating the effectiveness of the SHEQ management system that we have implemented in managing our risks and leveraging our opportunities to achieve the intended outcome. So let's have a look at Clause 9. In Clause 9.1, we have a look at monitor, measure, analyze, evaluate SHEQ performance. We need to identify what, when, where, how, and by whom we're going to monitor, measure, analyze SHEQ performance indicators. We need to identify both qualitative and quantitative SHEQ indicators. Now, qualitative could be an inspection, a perception-based issue, a culture assessment survey could be an example of a qualitative indicator. A quantitative indicator could be your number of near misses or the number of first aid injuries that you have. We also need to look at proactive and reactive. So proactive is the assessment of the system before loss or before failure. So your inspection program or your auditing program could be looked at as a proactive monitoring and measuring indicator. Reactive monitoring and measuring indicator could be your accident statistics. So we need to identify for 9.1 the what, when, where, how, and by whom. What SHEQ indicators need to be identified, when will they be measured, where, how will they be measured, and by who, how will they be represented. Qualitative, quantitative indicators, proactive, reactive. So now let's have a look at a few examples of some of the quality, health, safety, and environmental issues that we would want to then evaluate through Clause 9 SHEQ performance indicators. So for quality, we would want to have a look at our product and service. Where are we having non-conformities? So where within our processes, at raw materials or during the manufacturing process or during the provision of our services, what are the number of non-conformities and type of non-conformities that we're having? We'd also like to have a look at our process throughput. How many tons are we producing? How much service are we rendering? What are the sales? We want to have a look at both product and process performance. We want to also have a look at customer satisfaction. What are the types of products that people are buying, and are the customers satisfied with the product and service that they're receiving at the end of the day? We'll have a look at sales and profit. Those are just some of the quality indicators that we'll want to be having a look at. From an occupational health and safety perspective, we want to have a look at, let's say, the number of near misses that have occurred and the type of near misses, the number of occupational health and safety first aid cases or medical treatment cases or fatalities that we have as part of our SHEQ performance indicators. Remember, we want to see the effectiveness of our system in managing our risks and leveraging our opportunities to achieve the intended outcome. We also want to have a look at control effectiveness. Are the hierarchy of controls that we implemented effective in managing the risk and leveraging the opportunity? What about our OSH culture, some of those perception-based SHEQ indicators? From an environmental perspective, we might want to have a look at resource utilization, electricity, water, fossil fuel utilization within our processes. We would want to monitor waste from an environmental legal perspective, the various different waste streams, waste types, waste volumes, etc. What about environmental incidents? And one of the indicators that we particularly use as an organization is carbon offset. We monitor and measure all of our travel, and we then look at offsetting the carbon, so we are driving towards being a carbon neutral business. So all of this we then encapsulate in a SHEQ performance matrix, and you can do it in one or two, or you can actually do it in multiple ways, but we design a large SHEQ monitoring and measuring matrix which has a look at all of the SHEQ indicators, who, when, what, where, how they be measured. Another approach is to build your SHEQ monitoring and measuring into the individual processes. Now remember, all of this information is going to want to be analyzed and drawn through to management reviews, where the people are going to look at the various different information and the performance of the system and make incremental changes to improve the management system to ensure that we're achieving the intended outcome. So that's just an overview of Clause 9, performance evaluation, where we're monitoring and measuring the effectiveness of the SHEQ management system in managing our risks or leveraging our opportunities to achieve the intended outcome. We trust that you enjoyed this video.